In this video, I want to explain you how international buyers should really use property portals like Idealista here in Spain, and why having a clear process matters much more than having many options. Most problems don't come from bad intentions. They come from lack of coordination and from buyers trying to manage everything alone. Regulation improves systems over time, but good judgment protects buyers today. Access to listings is easy. What is rare is knowing which ones to ignore. Confusion usually starts quietly, with too much information and not enough structure. One clear point of contact often saves more time and money than 10 different conversations. The most valuable part of this process is not the transaction itself, it's the relationship that continues after. When a client chooses to work with me, they are choosing more than experience. They are choosing values, responsibility, consistency, and integrity. That trust creates responsibility to give back in everything I do, for my clients, for my family, and for the people around me. One important thing many international buyers don't know is that the real estate market in Spain has been very different from other countries for many years. Like for decades, this market was largely unregulated, especially here in Marbella, Spain, and Costa del Sol. There was no mandatory real estate license and anyone could advertise a property. I mean, anyone. This doesn't mean that the market is bad, but it does mean that the buyers, they should be more careful. They have to be more structured. When a system like this is open and fragmented, normally the responsibility moves from the system to the buyer. And recently, Andalusia approved a new housing law that creates a mandatory public registry for real estate agents operating in the residential market. This is the first serious step toward professionalization and transparency after many years of outdated regulation. However, it's important to be clear. This registry is not fully implemented yet. They are just starting this process and the market is currently in a transition phase. This is exactly the moment when buyers need clarity and structure. Portals like Idealista, they are really useful. They help buyers to explore different locations, different prices, understand everything regarding location in different areas, but they don't show the full picture. The same property can be advertised there in multiple agencies, many different times, different prices, and different information. And some listings, sometimes they are outdated, the properties are sold and still there for years. Even sometimes the people that are advertising, they don't actually have the access to that property. For international buyers, this can become confusing very quickly. In open and fragmented markets like this, risks usually appear in small ways: false urgency, too many conversations, and conflicting informations. Most of the times, the people will not even answer you there. You can find some scams there, especially when buyers are far away and just rely on online communication. But this is not about fear. It's about having a process. The correct way to use portals are usually very simple. Use them to explore, to understand everything you want to understand, to see different properties, but save the properties that attracts you and then send these properties, these links to one trusted advisor. You don't need to speak to 5 different agents. One clear point of contact can verify, filter, coordinate everything properly. This makes the process much calmer, safer, and much more efficient. Almost everyone starts that property search on online portals, and that's normal. What really matters is what you do after that, especially in a market like Marbella and Costa del Sol. Buying property at this level should not be stressful. It should be structured. And there is something else that I really believe is very important. When buyers choose to work with someone they trust, they're not just choosing someone to help in a transaction. They are deciding to start a relationship. And this relationship normally start to get deeper when they start coming here and eventually they move here. And this relation can really open doors, create connections, give support beyond the property itself. From taking care of the property to advising the buyers when they start the transition phase, even when they start different relationship to connect with the community here. These are kind of values that doesn't come from listings and transactions. It comes from trust. Portals are just a starting point, not a strategy. And the right guidance normally starts long time before the purchase transactions. So I hope that with these insights and these explanations, I helped you for you to clarify the process if you are planning to come here to live in Marbella, invest, or buy a second home. These kind of things I just mentioned today, it happened to me before when I was looking to buy a property, and I have clients that normally trust me on this. When they want to buy a second home, for example, they send me the links of Idealista when they like the properties, and then I can start filtering the properties for them. The process becomes much easier. Imagine if you like some properties just for rent and not a sale at that moment, and then you start talking to multiple agents, maybe 10 different agencies, probably half of them are not going to respond to you, and the other ones, you're going to lose control of the situation, you're going to forget, and they will forget you. This is very common because the agents normally are talking to many different clients, and when they realize there is no trust between you and them, they will probably just put you as a second or a third option on their list. And it's very normal. Agents change agencies they are working on, and then they forget the old clients, or they have to give these clients to other agents. And this is something that can be very annoying, can be very complex, and how can I say, very noisy for you if you are planning to come and create a good strategy, very clear for you, not just purchase a property, but create trustworthy relationship with someone that will maybe open many doors for you, because that's what we believe here in Zimmer Estates, that relationships are very important, especially when we become friends of clients, and then we can help them and even recommend them for the right people that can serve them, like when they want to do some renovation, when they want to explore different areas, when they come with a family, they can start relying on us to help them to integrate on the community.